Oh, okay. My viewers, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm here with Yashua and his manager. I just met them today in Yashua's game. So I have a little conversation with them. So we want to make it more details for people out there to know who he is and who Yasha is. Maybe some people they know Yasha. So Yasha, you can introduce yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Yasha Barry. I'm 16 years old and I'm playing for Eintracht Frankfurt. And I'm a Gambian who was born in Germany and I live here in Frankfurt.
Yeah, and can you just introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jason Badabuko of Majestic Sports Management. I'm the agent of Joshua Barry, and it's a pleasure to speak to you today and get to meet you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you too. You look very nice because as a man like you managing players and I meet you, I can say from nowhere, you give me the chance to talk to you and talk to your players. So it's a big thing for me as a I can say not a journalist but somebody who loves football and love talking about football. So can you tell us that, because I heard it from your conversation that you will love to go to Gambia. So how did everything started?
Yeah, well, for me, I'm of Nigerian heritage myself, so I'm well versed on football of players coming from the diaspora of Africa.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends and family from various parts of Africa, and so things like World Cups, I'm always supporting the African teams or which African nations, and I know there's so much untapped talent in the African continent, and anything that I can do to help players from Africa reach their goals and reach their potential is of interest to me. So being around Jasha's family, I've been informed of talents in the Gambian region, and I've said that I definitely would like to come to Gambia and see talents in Gambia and see what opportunities I can help them source in Europe, because I've also heard of the horror stories of bad agents coming and taking players, based on lies or leaving them in bad parts of the world, when they don't get the right opportunities and they're just left to struggle. For me, I really would like to have players where we can take them to proper clubs and let them have proper opportunities and be treated in an ethical and a humane way.
Yeah. So what I understand in your talks is like you want to go to Gambia. So what I want to know is who inspired you, or who was your biggest motivation, for you to prepare to go to Gambia? Who give you the belief that Gambia have the talents?
Well, through working with Jasha, his father, Cherno, has informed me of an academy, BK West in Gambia, that has many talents. And I've also seen Gambia do well in recent youth national tournaments. Obviously, the under-20s was at the recent World Cup. So it tells me there's talent there, And the thing about football, talent is one thing, but opportunity is everything.
Yeah.
And there's talents everywhere, but they don't always get the same opportunities. And if we can find a way for the talents of Gambia to get the same opportunities as boys of other countries, then there's no reason why those boys can't have the success that boys from the likes of Nigeria or Ghana or Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal have all had over the years. So I want to help Gambian boys get the same opportunities as others.
Yeah, that's very, very beautiful about you. So did you ever travel around Africa, or just the first time going to around Africa or Gambia? Or
as I said, I'm of Nigerian heritage myself, so I've been to Nigeria on numerous occasions. I've also been to South Africa. But I've said in recent years that I really want to make it a thing that I do more of, to go to Africa and seek talents in the African region, and as I said, take them and bring them to Europe in the right way. Because as I said, I've seen too many boys be left in the wrong places and not get to develop in the way that they should, and not be treated in a humane way. So for me, what's important is to be a conduit for boys from Africa to come to the right clubs in Europe that can develop them, give them a platform for them to have all the success possible playing football in Europe.
Okay. In your journey, like you planning to go to Gambia, do you have a specific, you going for BKOS players, or you will be going out there to scout players different places?
Well, on this trip that I intend to go, I'm looking to come into BK West, and I'll look at the players at BK West. And of course, like anything, when you're watching games of football, you'll see football players, and whether they're from BK West or whether it's a team playing against BK West, I'll watch a football player, and if I think that player is good,
Yeah.
I will see what I can do for them.
Yeah. Okay, and when it comes to agents, most of the young players out there in Gambia, some of them are desperate to travel, you understand?
Yes.
They don't care, they just want to go any part of the world. So did you have a specific target that, yes, you'll bring in players to short part of the world or just random places in the world?
No, for me, it is, first of all, talent has to go to where it's going to get an opportunity. So I want to make sure that the talents go to a level that is right for them at that particular point in time. You know, for me, I have the contacts that I can pick up the phone to any football club in Europe. So if a player is good enough for Real Madrid, I can call Real Madrid. But if the player is not good enough for Real Madrid, there's no point me calling Real Madrid. It's about putting them in the right place. But as I said, it's about putting them somewhere where the boys are going to be safe and they're going to be treated well. Because people can be desperate to come and go anywhere, and people can see that desperation, and that's how people get cheated. And I don't want to have players go to places with the best intentions in the world, with all the dreams that are possible, but then for them to be exploited. So for me, it's a case of where is the best for them from a football perspective, but also where the best for them as human beings. So that is what is important to me, and every situation will be done on a case-by-case basis, depending on the level of the player's ability.
Yeah, and what I understand in your conversation, because you're talking like somebody who get a lot of experience in what he's doing. So, did you have some players that you're managing that are playing in some of the top leagues in the world?
Well, I mean, I've been an agent for 10 years. I worked for some of the biggest football agencies in England. In the last 18 months, I pulled away from a bigger agency and started up my own agency, Majestic Sports Management. And in that period, I've been able to retain clients who I've managed over the years. You know, a successful transfer that you may be aware of that I was a part of is Noni Madueke coming to Chelsea for close to 40 million euros in the January 2023 transfer window. And Noni's a good example of a player where at 15, 16 years old, the decision was made that he didn't want to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. He wanted to go to PSV Eindhoven, and from doing well at PSV Eindhoven, Chelsea bought him in January. So he's an example, again, of being proactive in terms of looking at how we can do things in with a long-term view rather than a short-term view, because probably there's a lot of people at the time who were thinking, why would you want to leave a club like Tottenham Hotspur and go to a club like PSV Eindhoven? But PSV Eindhoven gave him the opportunity to play first team football maybe earlier than he may have got it if he was to play in the Premier League. And he's now a player playing for one of the biggest clubs in England because of his talent, getting an opportunity. Another player who I look after is Rico Henry at Brentford, who's a player who started off in the lower leagues of England in the third division, but who started playing first team football very young, probably because he was at a much smaller club than a big Premier League club, but that experience he got from playing really young at Walsall in the third division of English football has carried him to be one of the best left backs in the Premier League now.
Okay, so did you already plan a date or time that you want to go to the Gambia?
Looking at the first quarter of 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
And I think this will be a big thing for Gambians, seeing a huge, experienced agent like you coming to the Gambia, try to scout players. So, I would tell, most Gambian players that maybe you are playing for BKOS or you're not playing for BKOS, make sure you get ready for, this agent, because opportunities sometimes come once in game. So you all get ready and welcome him with open arms. So, inshallah, I know he's going to scout a lot of players, because the country, when you go there, for sure, you're going to see, generational talents that you like. And, I'm 100% sure about it. So, Joshua, how did you feel working with him?
I feel really great since we met and we first start working together. I got a lot more confidence. Like when he's talking with me, always motivating me, and I never doubt the decision to work together with him. So it's a pleasure for me.
So, did you know you have a huge amount of fans in Gambia? Because even me, before I met you, I always support you. I saw your Gamfood post to you on a lot of
Yeah.
platforms, posts about you. Gambians will love to hear from you that, yo, you know, we have a boy called Joshua. He's playing
Yeah.
in, you know, everybody's happy when they see your picture. Say, hey, this is our boy. He playing in Bayern
Yes.
and now in Frankfurt.
Yes.
That's a big thing for us, and that's one of the reason I came here, because wherever I had a Gambian, I just want to go out there.
Yeah.
You know, does not matter where he's born. Just hear the game name Gambia. I just want to talk to the guy. So how do you feel seeing me come here, watch your game?
Yeah, I feel great for that, and I feel really thankful, and I'm also thankful for the fans and the people who are supporting me from Gambia. I also get many messages on Instagram or so.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
great.
yeah. That's it, because the video is getting longer. But
Yeah.
as a brother and as a fan of you, at least I also have a little bit of experience. You know, I come with what you just said. As a player, maybe the media is not that much important for you
Yeah.
right now. So maybe such conversations I don't want to get with you
Yeah.
today, because you're already a prospect of German and Gambia. So some details we don't need that you understand.
Yeah.
So just focus on your game. Surround yourself with people with football mentality.
Yeah.
People who gonna push you.
Yeah.
Be hungry. I watched you today, just first touch, and I was great. I was happy.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like when you add that with hunger and, you know, determination, you're gonna get there. And I'm
Yeah.
very happy to have you here. So what do you have for the Gambian people, your fans in Gambia?
Like I said, I have to say thank you to all of you, and I'm always trying my best. I hope soon I can play for Gambia and see most of you soon.
Yeah, thanks to have you, man, and the big man himself, the agent.
No
Thanks
problem.
for having you here.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys a lot. You know, we can just stop the video here now, because the man will be traveling back, so he need time to relax. So you have a blessed day. It's your boy, Mr. Did you pray?